This is a review slash redirect video for When They Cry, the Kira OVA branch, episodes 3 and 4, the final two episodes of this branch itself. And following next Monday will be the movie, which will be the final stuff of When They Cry. So we're almost like done with the whole series kind of thing, the whole When They Cry franchise, whatever you call. So a very I actually really did enjoy these episodes. So click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction to it. And then come back here to see my full kind of thoughts and ideas. Just I guess generally for the whole entire Kira branch as a whole, because I know last time I didn't really do a review for it essentially, but come on back here after my reaction and you can hear all my thoughts and everything like that. So click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay. So, very freaking cool episode. Well, episode 4 particularly. That was a really cool episode. I like that one a lot. Episode 3 was more so just like, goofing around stuff, kind of thing. I mean, not really goofing around, but like it was just like a silly episode essentially. It was meant to just I guess tailor to those that wanted the characters to like get together, like the fan service, like what's the term? People who like shipping, essentially. It's like, Keiichi could be with, Mion or Shion or, somebody, right? It's just like they pick anybody to be with anybody. So when Keiichi was like, had like the triangle of girls around him, essentially. Well, the triangle, I guess it would be a triangle for, I don't know, 3 girls, like a painting for him kind of thing, try to get his attention and go with them. That whole episode was just silly. Essentially, it ended up being silly. Like he picked the granny, and the granny was like, "Oh, whatever." So it was just a silly episode, just meant for whatever, essentially. But freaking episode 4 was fantastic. I actually loved the concept of it. It was so good. Like I said it in my reaction, but I love the fact that it messed with time, but not like messed with time, if you know what I mean. It's like it dealt with time travel and that kind of stuff, and we saw a glimpse of the past essentially, and she saw like a glimpse of the future, but I guess in her mind it wasn't her future. They never said it was her future. Well, I guess Hanyu did explain it to her as being like a future kind of thing, but I don't think she like remembered it being the future. It was just like a version of like her world kind of thing as being all happy and everything with friends and all this kind of stuff. So that was really cool to kind of see little Rika's perspective on everything essentially before even her time travel stuff, whenever she go back in time, before like any of that happened essentially. So that was really cool. Like that was prime Rika. That was before anything of time travel related ever happened to her. It was because of the show. I'm actually wondering now, holy crap, I just realized, what if the time travel stuff started happening because she went through that shrine? Like, mess with the demon, kind of thing, like, of the shrine. That's interesting. I'm actually wondering if that is the case. Like, or maybe Hanyu realized that she used a shrine to time travel and use that idea to like a catalyst to spark an idea like, oh, we should go back in time every time something happens and try to get a good ending to everything. That might have been something that might have happened. I don't know. I think so, at least. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that episode. That was really good. Having both Rika's do like the Napa thing, that was really cute. Um, they never really touched. I don't think. I had the idea, the paradox of like touching your past self or like that, and then like you just like get sucked into like a vortex or whatever, or just like disintegrate or die or whatever. Um, but apparently, from what current Rika was talking about, this was all, or she thought this was all a dream, like when she was a kid, when the past Rika came here. Um, it was just somebody that helped her in the dream, the girl, whatever, Oni-chan, or Oni-chan. Um, but that one that ended up being Hanyu, just in physical form. Because even she said like, "Oh yeah, the Hanyu, or you're not Hanyu because I'm the only one who can see Hanyu, and I can't touch her," kind of thing. And she talked to the one woman, and she was like, patting her, kind of thing, like touch her, kind of thing. So, that was really cool. The whole episode was cool. I liked it a lot. I don't know why. It was just really cool. It was really really cool. As for episodes 1 and 2, let's see. Episode 1 was basically just Kaiichi's fan service episode about what he could do, what the girls can do for him if he ever wins um one of these contests, trial things, whatever, the punishment games. If he ever wins one, like what would he do, kind of thing. So that was just a silly episode. That was no more entertaining than anything really. But episode 2 was really fun. That was like I said at the beginning of it, hoping that it might have continued, but I guess it did end very or it did wrap things up kind of. so, um so episode 2 was all about the magical girl stuff. That was just like just a bunch of like other anime genres mixed in with this one, which was very entertaining. Um, so yeah, my favorite episodes of this like branch, this Kira branch, was episode 2 and episode 4. Those were the two favorite ones. Anyways, so yeah, episode 2 was pretty interesting because it was Rika and Sadako, who traveled to a different world together. For the first time, Sadako was like involved in this. It wasn't just Rika. It was like Rika and Sadako. They were both involved. So they both traveled to a parallel world where magic exists. And all of like the villains of a show that we've had in the past, like the uncle, the major, the one stepmother, girlfriend, whatever you call her, and then the soldier guy of Tokyo. They were like the villains like of the world. They all had superpowers and all kinds of stuff like that. According to Hanyu and all the rest of the kids, basically is the villains took control over the shrine objects in the shrine, Rika's shrine, the family shrine kind of thing, and it gave them all superpowers basically. So they were able to like summon a giant monster guy kind of thing, be able to slam the ground and like whatever. And apparently they used the town as like a testing ground for all their abilities and testing and weapons and so on and so forth. And Rika ended up being turning into a magical girl to help stop the villainy. But from what I remember, I think they said that their Rika wasn't really headstrong as like our Rika is, with the whole like personality switch kind of thing, with the whole personality shift, essentially, like whenever she gets like serious and she just like uses her adult voice, that's when like when she realized, like, our Rika actually has a chance as being a magical girl, whereas their Rika, the one that was replaced, is not really good at it, at it apparently, or something. Um, and then later on, that's when Sadako actually got the powers as well, so they became magical girls together. That was really fun. But yeah, I just like the idea of having a genre like When They Cry is like it's sort of like a horror kind of thriller kind of genre if you think about it, with like time travel elements, kind of thing in there. Um, so if you think about that genre, just those genres in general as the core aspects of When They Cry kind of thing. Um, and then that's like the entire series, season one, season two, like all that kind of stuff, all the different branches and so on and so forth. That's been always the idea, is like those kind of core elements. So it's really cool for them to kind of just pause for a second, splice in some other genres just for one episode, right? Just for one episode, splice in magical girl, splice in, heroes and villains, splice in, just like um uh justice and all this kind of stuff. Just splice in other kind of core elements into one episode just for the heck of it, just to see what would happen kind of thing. With the same characters, same world, same aspect kind of thing, just with new elements of like genre stuff like mixed in there. It was very cool. I liked it a lot. That was a cool episode. So yeah, I mean both episode 2 and 4 were really really good episodes in their own right, essentially. So that was really fun. A lot. I had a lot of fun with that. So I have no idea what the movie is about, but the movie is. I know the movie title. The movie title is called Outbreak. So I'm wondering if it's going to deal with like stuff before this series and everything, like stopped. Like it's maybe one of the worlds where the outbreak happened and everything was like being destroyed and killed and whatever like that. Or if it's a future thing where like even after everything that happened with the major in Tokyo and all of them kind of trying to entice the outbreak to happen or fake the outbreak happening kind of thing, maybe it does actually happen this time, like in the future kind of thing, like after the current stuff happens. I don't know. That's kind of stuff that I'm thinking of right now, like kind of going into the movie next Monday. But that's the kind of stuff that I can just immediately kind of theorize of what might happen. But I don't know. We'll see. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys Monday for the final reaction of When They Cry. To this point, I don't know if we're going to have more stuff later on or if there's stuff I've missed, but I'm pretty sure I've gotten, or this is going to be the last kind of stuff to watch for When They Cry. If there is anything more later on, I'll add to my list of things to watch next. And we'll just kind of, hammer it out at some point with new content if there is any. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Monday for the movie and also the finale, essentially the final stuff for When They Cry. Take care, everybody.